Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo. Hammer is once again shirking his responsibilities. That guy, total flake, unacceptable. Um, so, joining me is Gen T Maxi
Hello.
and the guy currently trying to steal my bike.
I didn't try to steal your bike. I did steal
Damn it. I need a better lock next time.
it.
All right. How you going, Jen?
I'm doing well, but I still want to picture you both playing a D&D game, and somehow I can't help picturing you as like a kinderkind tier.
Oh no! Oh god,
Yeah.
no!
You know, they're the little ones that are kind of like a mix of like an elf and a gnome, but they're like children.
Yeah, children size and their assholes. Yo, JB.
And yes, hi, hello to JB who is joining us, and hello to Mr. Yes joining us.
What up, Mr. Yes?
It's how you doing, dear?
I'm great. Just got finished walking from 12 about 1 o'clock to about 5, and I'm sore as fuck.
Fun. That's yes. Before we went live, we were talking about Asmongold and the drama with Hassan and all the rest of that stuff. But more importantly than that, I made a promise last week. I said that if the universe doesn't stop conspiring against me, I will bring out the Pokemon articles.
Motherfucker!
And so, if I can figure out how to do this, let's go.
Share screen or present.
I think this is it.
Oh Lord!
So I will read about Abomasnow because that's just the top of the list. I won't read the whole thing because I'm not that cruel. But with the combination of Aurora Veil, Snow Warning, and a strong offensive profile, Abomasnow is ZU's sole viable snow setter and a threatening offensive tank. The defense boost from Snow even helps Abomasnow tank attacks like Glastria's Close Combat and Lycanroc Stone Edge. Abomasnow's Snow pairs well with Beartic, enabling the latter's Slush Rush for formidable late-game sweeps. Aurora Veil is also invaluable support for teammates like Jolteon, Charizard, and Floatzel, allowing them to more easily wreak havoc against the opposition. Abomasnow itself can dish out powerful stab attacks, courtesy of its defensive typing, courtesy of its threatening offensive stats and coverage. Abomasnow, however, is hindered by its slow speed and awful defensive typing, leaving it vulnerable to special attackers like Charizard and Magneton without the help of terrestrialization. Without heavy-duty boots, Abomasnow is very vulnerable to getting worn down by entry hazards. Abomasnow faces competition from other offensive grass types like Brood Bonnet and Virizion for their faster speed and better defensive profiles, though Abomasnow stands out for its unique ability and offensive typing. There you go. Promise fulfilled. I am a man of my word. Stop sharing.
Death to Abomasnow. I can't stand that Pokemon.
It is a stupid Pokemon, but it was the top one in the list, so that's the one I read. I could have been even crueler. I could have gone through the set that they provided and read the analysis there, but let's not.
He's saving that for next week.
Yeah. Kiva Dem says hell with P Diddy, and as I said on Twitter, Diddy is a hero. Not only did he team up with Donkey Kong to recover the lost banana horde, he then teamed up with Dixie to save Donkey Kong in the next game. So
no,
I will hear nothing against my good man Diddy. He earned his place in that Donkey Kong rap.
That was a dumb. All right, the verdict. I don't agree with the verdict. He's going to at least get. Hopefully, gets 20. He'll get maybe 10, but we're praying for 20.
Sure. So just quickly, Gunsky has joined the chat saying Hammer sounds less literate today, which is very true, unfortunately.
I would be offended, but it's just Gunsky.
And also, I don't know a lot of the details of the Puff Daddy, P Diddy, whatever the fuck he's calling himself these days, drama. I know
when I think about that guy, I can't help thinking it's probably a mix of two things. Like, they probably don't have him on everything. They do have him on some things.
Well,
But
from what I
also,
saw-
it's like, who are they protecting? Himself or people on the streets? Because I could see it being both ways with that guy.
From what I saw, they found him guilty of like 2 out of the 5 charges or something like that.
Prostitution, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know the specifics, but I can believe that.
The racketeering, the RICO charges he got off, and the force, coercion, or threat of violence he got off. But he got charged with trafficking, going across state lines with the intent of selling sex or prostitution to that effect. So he got off as a pimp.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah, I don't know the details. Like, I know he was having like these sex parties and all sorts of nasty things were taking place, but I don't know like details of like what was happening and what he did wrong exactly. But yeah, if he broke the law, then fuck him. Hope he spends a long time in jail.
He won't. We can pray for the max, which would be 20 years, but he'll probably won't.
That's crazy.
But with the RICO, he was going to do life. Like he was not getting out anytime soon if they got him on the first. Like every charge would pale in fucking comparison if they got him on the first.
And Gunsky makes the good point that if he wanted to be taken seriously, he shouldn't have gone by the name Diddy, which is very true because Diddy is the name of a hero, a very heroic. Is it a chimpanzee? I believe.
Yeah, I think it's a chimpanzee.
So yes, he should not be besmirching the name of fine, upstanding chimpanzees everywhere. And also, hello to Tall Person, who is joining us in chat.
Yo, Tall Person. At one point, he was Puff Daddy, and then it was Sean Puffy Combs, and then it was Sean Combs. Then it became Diddy. Rappers changed their name more than I fucking do.
Yeah, it's stupid. And Blue Eyed Scream is also joining us in chat.
Yo, Blue Eyed.
Apparently, 75 other people wanted the name Blue Eyed Scream before she was able to get the name. So at least you got in at number 76. That's
there you go.
That's impressive.
But hopefully, again, most of the law tubers are like they didn't see that coming, and that's a miscarriage of justice. Like we all know what he was doing. It's an open secret type shit. You know, at first they said the jury was hung on the first count, but I guess they fucking figured it out quick. So
it's good.
Woe to the Republic, I guess.
That sort of thing is just going to build up the same resentment that people have towards Hollywood types, and it's that it is a two-tiered system, and they can get away with murder.
Yes, it will build the resentment that how you can pay your way out of any problem.
Well, that's just reality. Like you can pay your way out of every problem. It's just how it works.
Yeah, but it should, like, again, the system shouldn't be like that. Lady Justice should be blind, not greedy.
Look, I mean, there's a big difference between what should be and what is. I mean,
yes,
in a perfect world, you should not be able to pay your way out of every infraction that you incur. We don't live in a perfect world. We live in a very corrupt world where people like money, including the people that make the decisions on who gets punished and who doesn't. So,
yeah. The scale of justice is weighed down by coins.
Yes. And Kiva Dan was saying that maybe Blue Eyed Scream was born in 76, and then she confirmed that she is indeed old. So she is apparently 1,949 years old, which is astonishing. I've never that's older than Hammer. For context, not even the one-ton Hammer, not even Skeptok is as old as Blue Eyed Scream. Even if you combine their ages, They don't add up to 1,949. So
She-
well
she's-
done for the widescreen.
I'm amazed that she didn't even use a computer at that age. Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Shit. That's amazing.
And JB says the P in P Diddy stands for penis, which probably
No,
that's
no,
right.
I'm pretty sure the PNP did stand for prostitute, but hey.
There you go. It could be either.
I mean, it could also mean the other P word, and I don't know. I mean, he had those allegations too, and that didn't go very far.
Shit. Go ahead.
No, and for the sake of YouTube, she's of course referring to the PDF file format that many documents can be found in on the internet.
Oh yeah.
She was suggesting that Mr. Combs was a frequent enjoyer of such files. It is his preferred format to read documents.
Well, hopefully he gets a nice long sentence that he could.
Yes,
he was really just invested in helping Justin rewrite his song to Baby 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 Oil.
yeah. And Keep It M says friend of the playground. That is Sydney Watson's preferred terminology. Yes.
Yeah. Again, people like him should be assisted to the afterlife via wood chipper.
Oh yeah. I will shed no tears if terrible things happen to P Diddy.
Well, that's what I mean about them being reluctant to release him. Like sometimes it's like, yeah, okay, can we keep him in? All right, should we keep him? People will murder him. Yeah, there's a good chance somebody might murder him because it's not just that stuff. You might know more about this stuff than I do, Tier. I actually don't know your genre of music at all, and maybe I am being a little bit mean picking on you, but
I'm insulted. I'm not. That's all right.
Well, it's just there are a lot of rumors about him being the cause of death for like certain big rappers from like back in the day. And you know, the more people were looking into that, the more they were like, we can't prove it now because it was so fucking long ago, but goddamn if it doesn't look a little bit suspicious. And
it does.
I'm not a street person, I'm not from the ghetto, but I can imagine people who really genuinely love those men being like, "Fuck you, P Diddy."
It's theorized that he was the cause of Biggie's death. No one can prove it. People say he had some. If he didn't directly, wasn't involved, he knew about it.
So yes, Kiva Dam is saying that she first heard "Friend of the Playground" from me regarding Hunter Avallone. Well, I got it from Sydney Watson. That is the person that I got that phrase from. And JB says he likes hip hop. He might have killed Big, and I don't know who Big is. Maybe it's Big. Maybe it's Bones in Gyroscopics or something. I don't know. But whoever Big is, apparently
Biggie Smalls.
What's that?
Biggie Smalls. At one point, he was world famous. Like people loved him, and like he kind of owned hip hop. He was one of the biggest acts in hip hop. Him and Tupac.
Well, that's because that's his name. Of course, he was.
Yeah.
Like he was also very small, as per his name. It's just
Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, he can't make up his mind. He's very indecisive. Or at least he was. From context, it seems like he's dead.
Yes, he died. Want to say late 1990s.
Oh wow! Okay, very long time ago.
Yeah,
it's one of his last recordings that has you really mad on his behalf, Terry, because he recorded himself talking about his suspicions of this going on. Like he knew people were trying to cause him harm, and that happened.
To me, he knew that he was trying to leave Puff Daddy's record label. Around that time frame, he wanted to branch out on his own, which he could have been done very well, and because he was on the Bad Boys. Secondly, he was pissing a lot of people off because he wouldn't deal with their bullshit. Like he wouldn't do half the shit they were doing, so he kind of like was pissing people off.
Okay.
Like we couldn't get dirt on you because you're trying to be squeaky clean.
Right.
And because we can't get dirt on you, you become a liability.
And Keep It M says 1997 was the year that he died.
Okay.
And,
I was in the ballpark.
Yeah. I mean, Keep It M obviously looked it up. You're going off memory.
It's one of those things where a lot of us kind of reflect at that time, and it wasn't just him. Like there's a lot of people in that community that died in ways that were really suspicious and
or went to jail.
Yeah.
For mysterious reasons.
And it honestly, it did affect a lot of the music community. And maybe I'm greedy for saying that, but it did. And no, murder is wrong.
And
what? Murder's wrong?
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't know Biggie that well. Like I liked maybe 3 of his songs, a lot, and then that was it. Because that's just how it is with mainstream. But I am the type of person to reflect back and be like, man, I wish I could have known what you could have done.
And apparently Tupac was 96, presumably meaning that he died in 1996.
Shit. Aaliyah was one of these big. Honestly, I believe R. Kelly had her off.
And then one of the TLC
Aaliyah
girls.
is Satsu's daughter. You're thinking of someone else.
The singer Aaliyah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know zero things about the singer, but I know that there was a singer named Aaliyah.
One of the girls from the TLC died suspiciously too.
Left Eye.
Yeah, that car crash. Yes, I know car crashes happen, but the mechanics that looked at her car were like, "That's really kind of weird."
I mean, again, this is all speculation and conjecture, but based on the fact that we know, it does open up to, hey, you could have had these people off. And again, we know everybody knew why Aaliyah had to go, because she was a liability to R. Kelly, and R. Kelly was he was a kid catcher.
I know very little about any of these people. I know that they're most likely rap people.
R&B singer, actually, but yeah.
Close enough. It's music from the category that I'm not allowed to name on YouTube. The Jack Gunsky rigger music, if you will.
The rigger musics, yeah.
Yes. No, I don't listen to hip hop or rap or rub.
It's the sort of stuff, Terry, that if they'd lived longer, you probably would have eventually heard something on the radio.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I don't know them, but I know of MC Hammer. He's one of those rap people. I know Vanilla Ice.
Was.
Oh, he dead?
No, he stopped rapping and became a preacher.
Oh, there you go. I know of Vanilla Ice. He was another rap person. He was the wrong color, but he still tried to do the rap thing. And Grant Kirkhope, the fine mastermind behind the Donkey Kong rap, also the wrong color.
Oh, I got a question for you, Ty.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the movie Queen of the Damned?
No.
Damn, because Aaliyah and her brother, who looked just fucking like her, were in that movie as the Pasha. So if you ever get a chance to see it, it's a fairly middle of the road vampire story.
They blanked the story. That's the writers. I blame them. Because she was beautiful. I didn't have any issues with her. Some people will, because she was supposed to be Egyptian, before my grandma told me that.
My grandma told me that Cleopatra was black. Oh God.
But she was beautiful.
Eminem, who I've also heard of. So 3 of the 4 rappers I've heard of are the wrong color. So it tells you a lot about my taste in music.
That's not bad taste. Dude, if you knew half the shit I've heard, I got Tubi and throat singing on playlists because I like it, dude.
Yeah.
My mother said this: there is no such thing as black people, white people music. It's only what you like and what you don't.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I have fairly eclectic tastes. Like I do like music from most genres. It's just that rap and hip hop, especially, I have no interest in.
Yeah, I don't go seeking them out.
Except for like joke songs like the Donkey Kong rap.
It's
Which I like the Donkey Kong rap because it's so stupid. Like if it was a good song, I wouldn't like it.
well, that's why I said the thing I did about Puff Daddy. Like, no, his mainstream stuff was really good, but I wouldn't have gone out of my way to look up his music because sometimes culture matters.
Yeah.
And a lot of the rap that came out, like, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me, really. Like, it's not going to get to me in a way where I'm like, I really understand what you're talking about, because they are kind of talking about their lives, you know?
Well, most
Depending
of
on what
that
it
shit's a
is.
fucking lie. Like, honestly, some of that shit's a fucking lie. Half the people rapping about drugs and doing shit like that ain't seen drugs until they became
yeah.
one.
Like
You
Lil
know,
Wayne
so-
and all Lil Wayne, yeah.
Well, no, Lil Wayne actually lived that life. Because
Okay.
Lil Wayne tells a story about how he shot himself in the chest, and like, you know, they came and the police came in his house, jumped over his body looking for drugs and shit. While the one white police, you know, stopped him like, y'all not gonna fucking help this kid, and like saved his life. So
And just to clarify to Gunsky in chat, who says, "How dare you? The Donkey Kong rap is a masterpiece." It is, but it's a masterpiece because it's bad. If it was a good rap song, it would not be a masterpiece. It would be a tragedy.
I think he's just trying to yank your chain.
No. But like, it's the same with The Room. The Room is a masterpiece
Because
because
it's terrible.
it's a terrible movie. If Tommy Wiseau had made a brilliant movie, then it wouldn't be The Room. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't like The Room if it was good. I like The Room because it's terrible.
Well, if he was a competent director, he probably would have never made the fucking Room.
That's my point. And like Grant Kirkhope was not trying to become the next Eminem when he wrote the Donkey Kong rap. He was trying to make a deliberate, like, I don't know if it was deliberately bad, but a tongue-in-cheek rap song. And yeah, it's like comically bad, which is why I like it.
Well, for female rappers, and probably the only one that I actually followed, Lauryn Hill used to impress me, like when she was in the Fugees, because it really felt like music where, like, yes, you're influenced by quite a lot of white culture. That doesn't mean that you don't make your own thing out of it, and
No,
that's what they're.
I believe it's pronounced the Fuggies.
The Fuggies. And she wasn't a rapper, Jen. She was a singer. Wyclef and Prez were rappers.
But she could rap though. She did. She
could.
does. She was good when she did, or at least I thought so. I mean, I don't know rap quality, but I thought.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, she had a beautiful singing voice.
Oh, I love her views. She still does. I don't focus on her story because I think things went so bad.
Yeah. They did go south for her. She should have never broke up the Fugees. I think as a group they were amazing.
I don't know anything that they did. So I've heard of the Fuggies, obviously.
The Fuggies.
I obviously know the correct pronunciation of Fuggies, like obviously. But I don't know a single song that they sang, and until you mentioned her name, I wouldn't have known that Lauryn Hill was a member of the band. I've heard of them, but I couldn't tell you a single thing that they've done.
Well, fair enough.
They really liked Enya. That's what I
Really?
know. Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't bad. Marky Mark and the Fuggy Bunch.
Yeah. See, I've heard of Marky Mark. I've heard of him.
Kiva says Master P.
So, you know what we should do to Hammer when he comes back? We should make up a list of like the most weirdest artists we can think of.
Yeah.
Just to piss them off.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Stixie.
And yes, hello to the next 6 minutes. He says, hey chat, how are y'all? I'm very hurt, Six. We're not in the chat. So you're not saying hi to us. A single tear is rolling down my cheek.
It's okay. The next Eminem.
but no, Six did actually mention us by name, so I'm obviously joking, but but yes, so it's interesting, the world of rap, because I like the good rap songs, which are the ones that are funny, and that there's like two. There's the Donkey Kong rap and the one that Frosted likes, where Jesus Christ is my
My Blackbird.
digger, my digger.
Oh, you watched the church, did you? Oh, that was great.
Well, I haven't.
Oh,
I've
woo!
seen the
I love when he does that. It goes, oh, woo!
Frosted sent me a link of this preacher guy doing a rap, where he said, "Jesus Christ is getting bigger." Shall we say?
Yeah, and their congregation does a little bit too. There's like an older lady who has
His wife.
Yeah,
That's his wife. It's
I know why they shouldn't have, but it was still cute as shit.
Again, when he doing like goes every time he goes woo.
And Blue Eyed Scream mentions Sir Mix-a-Lot. There's another one I've heard of. I have heard of Sir Mix-a-Lot, and his fondness for large posteriors.
Yes, he cannot lie.
I think he can lie, just not about this one particular subject. So he can lie about everything except his affection for large butts.
Digital Underground was great. Underground had
back when we were doing Quippers United. That was actually one of my truth and lies. Is like the lie was I like big butts, and the I forget what the truth was. It was like I like big butts and I cannot lie, and then the truth was, of course, I can lie. It was something like that.
Oh man, Kiva Dam brings up like Digital Underground. It was just one person, Shock G, and he had somebody acting as Humpty Hump.
And apparently, your illiteracy is contagious because she spelled ludicrous wrong.
My illiteracy is not contagious.
I'm assuming that ludicrous is the name of a rapper, and she is not actually describing rap music as ludicrous and spelling it wrong.
Yeah,
because I would agree that rap music is ludicrous, but that's not how you spell it.
Yes. God damn it! He haven't done a rap song in 100 years.
It's like a lot of them. Once they get rich, they fuck off.
Start making movies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But he got named in the P. Diddy shit, so holy shit, he's related to Richard Pryor.
The lesson I've learned from all of this is don't be black. I think that's good advice for everyone.
Like it's his second cousin.
And Rotten Corpse is saying Will Smith rapped as well. Yes, I've heard of Will Smith. I'm not that far out of the loop. I have heard of Will Smith. And actually, the theme song to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that can be the third good rap song. There you
go. You ever heard the extended one?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, the extended one was good.
The extended one explains some of the plot holes in the abridged version, because people were wondering how long was this taxi ride, and then in the extended version he does catch a plane to California and then gets a taxi from the airport to Bel Air. He doesn't get a taxi from Philadelphia to California.
Go home to Bel Air, like god damn it, that's like a $500 fucking cab ride.
Yeah, because that was a common joke at the time. Is like, just how long is this fucking taxi ride? But no, the extended version does explain that he catches a plane to get from Philadelphia to Bel Air, and then he catches a taxi from the airport.
Excuse me.
And apparently Snoop Dogg creeps his Kiva Dem's mother out. I don't know a lot about Snoop Dogg except that he shares a fondness with the same herb that Mr. Adam is also quite keen on.
Fond of.
Yes.
Also, somehow, some way, he got Martha on board on that, and that's still funny to me.
And Frost says, some say that taxi is still driving to this day.
Hmm.
Can you imagine? And
Keep my goddamn taxi. Name out your goddamn mouth.
And Gunsky says it's funnier if it's just a taxi ride. It is funnier, but it makes more sense if you listen to the full version of the song. It's like, oh, okay, that actually makes sense then.
Shit, that is kind of fucking. I wonder how much that really would cost from Philadelphia to Bel Air, California.
So, I don't know U.S. geography. I don't know exactly how far Pennsylvania and California are, but it seems like they'd be quite far apart.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
We have fucking AI, and I can get an answer to that one. Let's see. Let's use Grok. How much would?
And apparently, Rotten Corpse says there's a conspiracy theory that Will's character is dead in the show. The taxi could be a version of the Grim Reaper. That sounds utterly ridiculous. I don't know if there's any evidence whatsoever to support that theory, but there's also people who think Bill Hicks didn't die. He became Alex Jones, which I really like that conspiracy theory. Oh, and Rotten Corpse is saying, well, he's the taxi driver. Okay. Well, if you have first-hand experience, then that's different. And yes, Gunsky says, almost all conspiracy theories, he's dead the whole time. Well, not the one I just mentioned. The conspiracy theory is that he's not dead. Bill Hicks is alive and well and going under the name Alex Jones.
The premise of the taxi ride from Will Smith's house in Philadelphia to Uncle Phil's house in Bel Air, California, likely reference to Bill. That's not estimated cost from a cross-country taxi ride. Since the question is asked about taxi ride from Philly to Bel Air, I treat it like a hypothetical direct trip, though is impractical. In reality, taxi don't operate cross-country. Flights are standard. The distance between West Philly, Philadelphia, and Bel Air, Los Angeles, California is approximately 2,700 miles by road, depending on the route. Estimated cost. Taxi fare vary by region, but long-distance trip typically charge per mile plus time-based fees, toll, service charges. Philadelphia taxi rate would be $270 flag drop, and then $230 per mile plus time-based fees of 38 cents a minute waiting or slow traffic. Los Angeles rates, this is 2022, 2023, $285 flag drop, $270 per mile plus 30 cent, 30 second waiting. For a 2,000, all right, here it is. Fucking for a 2,000, it would be 6,750, and then
that is one lucky taxi driver. That guy must be, overjoyed. He's like, I hope more retards.
Oh no! That's just the base, the base mileage and the additional base fees. It'd be 45 hours to get there. So additional 1,000 tolls be additional between 100 and 200. Surcharge would be about at another between 500 and 1,000. Plus tip, 50% tip on the $6,750 base fare is $1,013. So the total estimated cost is $9,689, and the estimated drive time is 45 hours.
And Frosted says they get to Bel Air. Damn, forgot my wallet.
I thought in the original rap song he basically told you he got on a plane. Like there's a taxi and then he got on a plane.
No. In the extended version, there is a plane ride, but
Okay.
in the theme song to the show, they don't have time for the full 2-minute intro song, so they only play like
Canada gave me the
30
old
seconds of it.
version more often, I
yeah,
think.
they
Yeah.
play, like the abridged version, which leaves out the entire plane ride, which is why the whole joke came about.
Okay, because I was having a Berenstein moment. I'm like, did I mishear that?
Wait a minute. Quippers United. The Gurren Lagann ending. Why do they love pointless and disappointed? No, the point, the ending of Gurren Lagann was that he had to let go. He didn't get a bad ending. He just got an ending. It wasn't sad. He knew that she would have to go at some point, but at least he got to have her a little while longer. Yes, I know. I'm a weep.
If we're going to talk about anime, A Bomb of Snow.
Go there. Stop.
Okay, so this is the Aurora Veil set. And as you can
Jesus.
see, they recommend the heavy-duty boots, Aurora Veil, Blizzard, either Giga Drain or Leaf Storm, and Earth Power. Those are the 4 moves. The ability is always going to be Snow Warning. I think that's the only one it learns. Oh, no, it could be Soundproof. They say go with Snow Warning. Modest Nature, 248 EVs into HP, 252 into Special Attack, 8 into Special Defense. Now, IVs, I don't know why they've got 0 IVs in attack, but maybe they explain that down here. And the Terra type is Water. So there you go. That has been your anime update on the most important anime ever, Pokemon.
Why do you vex me, Turbot?
Well, I did make a promise on Twitter that if the universe didn't stop conspiring against me, I will bring out the Pokemon articles.
Morale will the floggings will continue until Hammer gets back.
Pretty much. And Frosted says, "What would I say my top 500 Pokemon are?"
No.
Oh.
Frosted, why are you a monster? Look, as a demon from hell, your job is to torment Jack. Your entire job is to torment Jack, not Tyr.
Well, I mean, you're an automatic victim because you're black. So I mean, you've got to.
Yeah, but see, the problem is your demon from hell, and your task is to torment Jack, not Tyr.
Yeah.
I have my own demon for that. Right?
See, the thing is, I'm a multitasker. I can annoy 2 people.
I know 2 people at once.
And Gunsky wants to hear the top 500 in alphabetical order. Well, fortunately,
Do it as a limerick.
Smogon does list the Pokemon in alphabetical order, so that's easy to do.
Do it as the I am pentameter.
I can't do that. But no, I think you've all learned a little something about a Bomb of Snow. There's still more to learn, so I can bring out the rest of the article if need be. But now you know 0 attack IVs on your Bomb of Snow for reasons yet to be specified, possibly revealed later in the article.
See, I just want to know if you could get ChatGPT to sing that instead of reading it.
But like, if you want my guess, the 0 attack IVs are probably to reduce confusion damage. So when you get confused, you actually deal damage based on your attack stat. So if this is a purely special attacker, then I guess it makes sense. 0 out your attack IVs so that if the opponent confuses you, you do less damage to yourself. That's my guess. Maybe they explain it in further detail, but if I had to assume a reason for not putting any IVs into attack, that would be it.
Hi, Skep.
Oh yes, hello, Skeptok.
Yo, Skep.
And let's see, Gunsky says number 2, Abacusachu, is is the second favorite Pokemon, and Frosty is saying Aronamon and Aronachard is 1 and 2. So yes, very interesting Pokemon names being suggested in chat.
See, in Power World, you can turn your opponents into one of your pals.
Yeah.
And KVDM says they sound like potential genders. Don't give Frosted ideas.
No, don't get frosted ideas.
How many times do we have to say this?
That's ZZchu. Is the disease gender.
And Tall Person says we all forget the most powerful Pokemon of all, Missing No. I don't think Missing No was actually very good. Obviously it's a glitch Pokemon for those that don't know. But from memory, it wasn't all that good. There were other glitch Pokemon besides Missing No, and some of them were like phenomenally good. But Missing No itself, I think, was like not very good.
Missing No was just missing int number, and it defaulted to Rhydon with Surf.
I don't know. Like you're right that it stands for missing number. But yeah, I think basically what caused it was if you made it load a Pokemon in such a way that it didn't know what number Pokemon to load, then it loaded up Missing No, and that was like the cause of the confusion and why it was all glitched out. I don't know if it shared the stats with Rhydon or not.
No. When you eventually used it, its default sprite would eventually default to Rhydon because that is the first Pokemon.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know about that, but yeah, Missing No is from memory not actually good. Like, it is not worth glitching your game to get a Missing No. You will not have a second Mewtwo or anything like that. It's not actually a good Pokemon.
I remember all the playground theories for Pokemon that you could get Mew from pushing the truck in this.
You can get Mew not by pushing the truck.
Yeah,
but there is a glitch that lets you catch a Mew. I don't know how to do it. I haven't played Red and Blue in forever.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a glitch where it's similar to the Missing No glitch where you cause it to load a Pokemon with the wrong Pokemon Dex number, and then if you do it just right, it loads Pokemon 151, which is Mew.
Shit, I remember as a kid looking up game conspiracy theories and shit like that. And there's a game called J Cocoon, which theorized if you get to Florida, it's called this game mode was called the Endless Corridor. The premise was it had no end, but it said if you got to the very end of the Endless Corridor, you could get all the boss monsters on your team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wonder if that site's still up.
Well, that was the same with Mario 64. There's the endless staircase, and people used to come up with theories as to how you would get to the top of the endless staircase. It's well, it tells you just need to get 70 power stars. That's it. But they would come up with all these theories about alternative ways to get up there before you have enough stars. And good. And Frosted's conspiracy is that Israel isn't actually called Israel in its constitution. It's called Jutopia, which I really hope is true. I really hope that's true. And Six's conspiracy theory is that nobody has ever made a left sock. They've always been right socks. And you know what? I believe that.
We're wearing two right socks. It makes sense.
Yeah. And it's better to be wearing the right socks than the wrong socks. So, I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, I saw a video ages ago about all the different glitch Pokemon in Red and Blue. And some of them have just maxed out stats. And it's 999 in every stat, and it's just ridiculous. And but I don't know the specific glitches to obtain them. I don't know any of that. But he was using Therapy, which is the Pokemon website, to find all the glitch Pokemon and then just look at their stats and like ranking them in order. Some of them are like terrible. Some of them are like worse than Caterpie, but some of them are just insane.
Oh yeah, I remember this one, Peekaboo, which it turned out to be just a Marl, but they said you could get Peekaboo.
I remember before Silver and Gold came out, there were rumors of a Peekaboo, and then when it came out, we said, "Oh, it's just Marl."
I mean, honestly, it looked close enough. Like I could see a leaker got it and called it Peekaboo instead of actually.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense for me.
You know, shit like that, or you could revive Aerith. If you totally ignored Tifa throughout the game, she would take the blow for Aerith.
Oh right. The one I heard regarding that was level 4 revive materia. But the joke being that revive materia only goes to level 3. There is like literally no way to get it to level 4. It just doesn't exist.
Yes. You know, these were some interesting. We were creative as a kid. You know, have shit like that. You know, you can get the Murasame as a weapon. You just had to steal it from fucking Sephiroth.
Oh, and by the way, spoilers for Final Fantasy VII.
Yes, ancient spoilers.
If you didn't already know that Aerith dies, we are sorry for ruining the 30-year-old game by now.
The 30-year-old game with tons of other fucking spoilers that you'd have to keep your head down from the interweb to not know about.
So apologies to those who have. If you had just bought Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation, you were gonna play it right after this stream. I'm sorry for spoiling a major plot point.
Have they even gotten to that part of the remake yet? Because I'm like, I hope they don't decide to go woke and try to twist that somehow. Because
they already twisted it.
Yeah.
The remakes. I've only played the first one, and then that was enough to make me not buy the rest. But yeah, they did. The whole point of the remakes is that they're not remaking the games. Sephiroth is remaking the timeline, and
to where he wins.
Yeah, and so the reason it's called remake is not that it's remaking the old games. It is a completely different story, and the story is Sephiroth remaking the timeline. So you'll see a lot of the same events from the original game, but they've given themselves an out so they don't have to stick religiously to what happened in the first game. If they want to change something, then they've got an explanation for why it's different.
Again, my reaction too. Again, what they should have done. This is what they should have done.
They should have at the same time.
Yes, but they should have just came out and said it's not a remake. It's a side story, or it's a continuation, or a reimagining. And instead of giving us the ultimate remake.
Well, I mean, they deliberately misled people by calling it a remake. Like, the game is not a remake, but by putting that in the name and then coming up with an in-game justification for why it's called remake, they were trying to trick people into buying it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, and that's disappointing because, like, I wouldn't expect it to be exactly the same. I'm like, I don't think anyone's so dumb that they can't understand that. Okay, yeah, that original game is going to be different from now if they're using an entirely different game system.
Well, here's the thing. It would not work to remake Final Fantasy VII because there's so much sentimentality attached to that game. Like, if you try to do an actual remake, any minute detail that you got wrong, you would be raked over the coals. And like, people rake them over the coals for the remake, the quote unquote remake, even though they've explained in the game that it's not a remake, it's actually a different story.
But see, again, the game is so beloved and classic and held up as this paragon of what Final Fantasy is. Again, it wasn't my favorite. I would love to see a remake of fucking 6 because that's one of my favorites.
See, I've had this conversation with someone else before, but I like the first half of 6, and then they commit the cardinal sin of undoing everything that you did in the first half and say, you know how you just spent 10 hours collecting allies for the game? Fuck you, get them again. I was like, no, I'm not going to. So I didn't play the second half. I was like, no, fuck off. I'm not reacquiring all the allies that I just spent 10 hours getting in the first. Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that.
Okay, that is a fair. Yeah, that game does piss you off. Yeah.
And it's like there was a Pokemon game, like a fan Pokemon game, that was everything that I would want from a Pokemon game. It would let you catch every single Pokemon in existence at the time. With like, you could trade with yourself so that you could evolve Kadabra into Alakazam, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
You could catch everything. You had items that substituted for the HMs, so you didn't have to carry an HM slave around with you just to cut trees and surf all the time. You had items that thought, and then they did that same bullshit where halfway through the game, you need to catch a train to the next city, but you can only take one Pokemon with you. It's like, I'm not taking any fucking Pokemon with me because I'm not playing anymore.
Fuck that game.
And no, it's not Pokemon Uranium. This was Zeta and Omnicron. They like did the same thing with like Red and Blue, where different versions have different Pokemon, but instead of having it so you can not obtain the ones from the other game at all, you had to trade for them. So if you use like Arcanine and Ninetales, there would be one game where you could catch Growlithe, and then you would have to trade for Vulpix, and it would be the other way around in the other game. So you could still get 100% of the Pokédex in a single game. You wouldn't have to like trade with anyone.
I like fan created games because they usually try to at least be coherent and doesn't have too many gaps.
Yeah.
In logic.
And just quickly, Cryptic has joined us in chat saying, "What is this XP thing?" I have no fucking idea. I saw it when I was talking to Kivadem before the stream started. I don't know what the experience points do or what you need it for. There's 150 according to my screen. So I think that I don't know if that means I have 150 or the stream has 150, but whatever. There's experience points on YouTube now. Enjoy.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we do.
Huh. Yay.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't know what the point of it is, but yes, I did notice that as well.
Apparently, it looks like, it looks for comments.
Yes. I got 25 XP for each comment I made. So at the end of me chatting with KivJam, I think I had like 50 or 100 or something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, like I guess that's probably to get people to like chat more when you're streaming.
It's not going to do that. It's going to get people going, hey. Oh, look at that. I just scored 300 experience points.
You're not going to convince me to spell out the N-word. I was tempted for 2 seconds, but I stopped myself because, like, Jen, you're 43. You're not allowed to do that anymore.
No, you are.
You are absolutely allowed to do that, but I would encourage you not to do that, at least not on the Minions channel, because I don't want it to get in trouble.
Yes.
You know what? I got another one. I got
Craig says, how many XP to level up? No idea.
No clue.
Blue-eyed Scream says, spam. It's like, spam, spammity spam. And Gunsky says, not only are you allowed to spell out the word that I shall not say, but you should.
Gunsky.
Sorry, I had to.
You're evil.
And yes, Jen has spelled out Guna, and I think Frosted is going with the Randy Marsh version of the word. Or the Wheel of Fortune version of the word, because the Randy Marsh version was just the word.
Oh, YouTube, you should know better than to give people toys.
Yes.
Yes.
If this were not the Minions channel, I would have no problem telling you what word we are referring to. But you will have to infer from the fact that Frosted has written Naga in chat to what could possibly be the word in question.
It's a bad word. You shouldn't use it.
And Craig Bragg wants me to promote his TTRPG live play channel. So go check that out. He's put the link in chat. So if you're interested in that, the link is there.
Yeah, I got more points.
Hey!
I'm number 2.
Well, I could have told you that.
Oh.
And yes, people are now XP farming in chat, which is exactly what I said would happen.
The XP become the XP wars.
Yes. So I think every YouTube chat is just going to be people typing single letters or single words, trying to spam the chat to get more experience, which doesn't seem like an improvement in my mind. But no, YouTube knows what it's doing, I'm sure.
I don't think YouTube knows what it's doing. I think YouTube is just winging it.
I think they need to get Susan Wojcicki back.
I mean,
She's dead.
That's why they need to get her back.
It would be improvement. But,
yes,
to be honest, I couldn't keep that up for longer than like a quick joke.
Yeah, cool.
I'll be right back.
And Gussie says, in the future, everyone will type comments in 15 lines. I mean, if they keep the experience point system and there's like any kind of benefit to having experience points, then yes, people will. And hello to Angry Illinoisan who says, hi, folks.
Hello, Angry Illinoisan.
That was the offensive version of folks with no X. So we have a bigot in our midst.
Yes, you have to use the new term, the woke term.
Yes, FOLX is the correct spelling according to the people who decide these things.
And you're not Latino, you're Latinx.
Oh yeah, no, Latinx, yes.
You're Latinx and you're Wimixon.
Good. And apparently Jen's phone just went off.
Yeah, I checked it. It was just a stupid survey. I'm like, they actually called me twice. I'm like, who tries to call somebody twice for a survey?
I don't know.
I keep getting this call to see if people want. Hey, can we buy your home? Please stop calling me.
And apparently the S is not silent in Illinois. So there you go. I don't believe Craig Bragg. I think he's trying to play a trick on me. But just for the record, if you pronounce it Illinois, then he is the angry Illinoisian. Oh.
It's the essence.
And yes, and we have a request from JB. Pick a topic to end on before the show is over. I have just the topic. I think I know exactly what he wants. And let's find out more about Abomasnow.
Oh, God. At least read Houndoom, my favorite.
Well, I didn't take requests because I didn't know how much I'd actually be doing of this. But next week, I can do Houndoom if Hammer is not back to save us.
Oh, God, please, Hammer, save us.
So, Abomasnow is a chilling offensive tank, courtesy of its offensive typing and the combination of Snow Warning and Blizzard. Giga Drain provides consistent recovery for Abomasnow and hits water types like Lantern and Poliwrath. The Leaf Storm can be used for immediate burst damage at the cost of lowering its offensive stats and foregoing healing. Earth Power is Abomasnow's strongest option against steel types like Magneton as well as Typhlosion. Heavy Duty Boots covers Abomasnow's stealth vulnerability, so it can effectively tank attacks and set up Aurora Veil. While other Pokemon are preferred for terrestrialization, Terra Water can help in a pinch to shield Abomasnow from fire types like Charizard and Typhlosion. There you go.
Abomasnow, that black snow Mexican.
Well, I will spare you the rest because it looks like we have in fact hit the time. So thank you all for joining me on this journey of discovery. We now know more about a bomb of snow than we did an hour ago.
Don't eat a bomb of snow. That's not snow.
Don't
Or
eat
ice cream.
yellow Obama snow. Definitely that
Don't eat
definitely-
black Obama snow. That's not
Yeah.
healthy either.
So thank you all for coming out to this very educational stream. Thank you to Jen and I almost called you Hammer because
Wow.
thank you to Jen and Tier for keeping me company while I annoy Tier and the chat. I will see you all next week. Any parting words, Jen?
Nothing too big. I'll talk to you guys all next week too. Hopefully we get Hammer back.
Hopefully. I have 1,000 Pokemon to read articles about, so the thread is out there. Any parting words, Tier?
Hammer, come back quickly, please.
Agreed. All right. Well, I'll leave it there. Thank you, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, guys.